So last time we did the loops, and today we are supposed to start with the while loop. So a while loop is written like this: while there is something, do something. So this is a conditional statement. While the condition is here, then there is a semicolon, a colon, and then there is an instruction of what to do. So for example, while the number is less than 10, print here I am. And then when when the code runs, if it sees the number is 1, it will print here I am. 2, it will print here I am. 3, it will print here I am, up to 9. And when it reaches 10, it stops printing. That is a while loop. I want you to notice how it is. There is while. This is a keyword, and then there is the condition, the conditional expression. And then after conditional expression, we have a full colon. And then after that, there is indentation here. And then there is the instruction now. So here it is: while condition is true, do this instruction. If you notice some similarities to the if instructions, so if you notice some similarities to the if instruction, that's quite all right. Indeed, the if instruction also looks like this. The if instruction also looks like this. There is the if keyword, then the condition, and then a full colon, and then an indentation. That is how the if instruction is also written. The difference between the while and the if is that if performs its statements only once, while repeats the execution as long as the condition evaluates to true. So the if instruction does perform the if instruction performs its statements only once, but while condition it continues to execute until it evaluates to true, until the condition evaluates to true. It is written like this. When we go on, we will see an example of while. Okay, you can write also an infinite loops in while. Like here, while true print, I'm stuck inside this loop. This is an example of an infinite loop. If you run this, it will run and run and run until you have to interrupt it with using the keyboard interrupt. That's when it will stop running. Okay, let's continue. This is an example of a while loop now. For example, the largest number is negative 99999. And then you tell the user to input a number. And then after the user inputs a number, remember when a user inputs anything, it is inputted, it is in string format. The type is string. So after the user has input a number, it is changed into an integer and then stored in this variable called number. And then here, when number is not equal to 1, you check if the number is greater than largest number, you update the largest number to be the number. And then you input the next number. So this is how this is what this code means, and that is how this code will run. You will keep on inputting numbers, and inputting numbers. Yes, this is an example of a while loop. We can try and run this and see. So here, odd numbers is equals to 0, and a variable called even numbers is also equals to 0. Then number is equals to input, enter a number of type 0 to stop. So if you don't want this loop to run, you put 0. Or if you want it to run, you enter another type of number. So while number is not equals to 0, check if the modulus of the number is equals to 1, then you increase odd numbers by 1. Else, if the modulus of that number is 0, then you increase the even numbers by 1. And then you input another number. Then you print odd numbers and even numbers. Let me try and run this code and see. Yes, here it is telling me to enter a number. Let me write 6. Enter a number 7. Enter a number 8. Sorry. I think I have pressed something. Let me try to run it again. Enter a number 4. Enter a number 9. Enter a number 6. Enter a number. As you can see, it keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating. But when I enter 0, it stops. Certain expressions can be simplified without changing the program's behavior. Okay. So here, try to recall how Python interprets the truth of a condition and note that these two formats are equivalent. While number is not equal to 0, and while number, the condition that checks if a number is odd can be coded as the equivalence of these forms. If number modulus 2 is equals to 1, and if number modulus 2. So to code, you can code this like this. And you can replace this with this. Sorry. With this. Okay, using a counter variable to exit a loop. For example here, counter is equals to 5. Now, while counter is not equals to 0, print inside the loop, counter minus 1. And then when now the counter is 5, it should print outside the loop, counter. Let us try to run this code and see. As you can see, it has started with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it has started with the largest number, which is 5, and then it has subtracted until 1, until 0. Sorry, not until 1, until 0. And after that, it has printed outside the loop 0, just what it is supposed to do here. The code is intended to print the string inside the loop and the value stored in the counter variable during a given loop exactly 5 times. So this code is supposed to print inside the loop and then the number of counts. For example, the first one is 5, the second one is 4, the third one is 3, like that, until it reaches 1. Until it has run 5 times. Once the condition has not been met, the counter variable has reached 0, the loop is exited and the message outside the loop as well as the value is stored in the counter in the counter is printed. So after the while loop runs for 5 times here, it will then now print this outside the loop and then 0. Let us try and run this, though I think this is the same. Let's try and run this and see. I think it's the same thing. Yes, it's the same thing. It has given us the same output. So you will go and do this lab for yourself. I give assignments and you people don't do them. Please do this lab. This lab is very important. Okay, the for loop. Another kind of loop available in Python comes from the observation that sometimes it's more important to count the turns of the loops than to check its conditions. So imagine that a loop's body needs to be executed exactly 100 times. If you would like to use while loop, it may look like this. So if you want to count up from 1 to 100, if you use while loop, it will look something like this. It will be nice if somebody could do this boring counting for you. Of course, there is a special loop for this kind of tasks. So instead of using the while loop, you can use the for loop to do counting. And for loop is written like this. The for keyword, I in range 100, and then there is the full colon there, as you can see, and then these are the instructions. Like here, do something, this is the instruction. And then as you can see, there is an indentation here. The for keyword opens the for loop. So the for keyword opens the for loop. There is no condition after it. You don't have to think about conditions, as they are checked internally without intervention. Any variable after the for keyword is the control variable of the loop. It counts the loop's turns and does it automatically. So any variable like here after the for keyword is the control variable of the loop. It counts the loop's turns and does it automatically. So this I here counts the loop's turns. The in keyword introduces a syntax element describing the range of possible values being assigned to the control variable. So this in keyword here is used to assign a value. Okay. It describes the range of possible values being assigned to the control variable. So this in keyword shows us where the values are. Okay. And then there is the range. The range function is responsible for generating all the desired values of the control variable. So this range is used to generate the values. For example, here range 100. This range will generate the values of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 100. That is the work of the range. So this is another example. For I in range 10, print the value of I is currently I. The range function can take two arguments like this. For I in range 2 to 8. So this shows us that, this tells us that I is supposed to be in between 2. It's supposed to start at 2 and end at 7 here. Remember, when you are given 8, that is one integer before. So here, the last integer will be 7 instead of 8. Okay, this is an example of a for loop. Let us run it. So I want you to see this for loop this range has 3 arguments. It has 3 arguments. The first one shows the start of the count, like for I in range 2. So it starts at 2 and then 8. It should end at 7. And then this 3 that is over here, this last 3, shows that it's supposed to skip 2 times. For example, here, the first number is 2, and then it has counted 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. It has taken us to 5. So it is here, it has skipped 3, it has taken us to the fifth value after the first value. It has skipped. Yes, it has skipped 3 values, like 2, 3, 4, 5. It has now displayed the 5th value. You can also do it like this. 2, the first value, plus 3. What will it give you? It will give you 5. So it will print 5. And then after printing 5 plus 3, what will it give you? It will give you 8. But since here we are not printing 8, we will only print 2 and 5 because 8 is the cutoff value. We can try and put here 12 and see what it will give us. Let me first clear this and then run. Okay. As you can see, it has given us 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. As you can see, it is skipping some values here. So, okay, now you'll do this lab. Okay, you will do this lab. Today, I will not continue for so much. I want to give you time to actually do the module 2 tests and also do this for loops, do all these loops, because we are coming to the end of the loops, and the loops are very important. When you write programs, you will be integrating them in a program. You will be using them in your programs. So that is why it is very important for you to go through these labs on your own. And I have noticed that you people do not do the assignments. So I will give you time today when we are done with here. You go and do the assignments, all of them that I have given, because I need to grade you people, and I don't have anything to grade you on. And if I don't have anything to grade you on apart from the first module only, you will fail. So kindly, after we are done here, go and do the assignment. Please go and do all these labs, and also do the module 2 tests and quiz, and send in your screenshots kindly. There is here the break and continue statement. So there are 2 things here. The break exits the loop immediately and unconditionally ends the loop's operation. So for example, you have a loop that is running and you want to stop the loop from running. You will use this break statement. And then there is something also known as the continue statement. The continue behaves as if the program has suddenly reached the end of the body. The next turn is started and the condition expression is tested immediately. So the continue keyword continues with running the program. We can run this code and see. We have said break stops the execution of a loop, and then the execution, and then begins to execute the nearest instruction after the loop's body. So a break statement can be used to exit a loop, and after it has exited a loop, it will run the next code that is it will run the next code that is after the break statement. And then there is the continue statement, behaves as if the program has suddenly reached the end of the body. The next turn is started and the condition expression is tested immediately. So this continue is supposed to run the loop. Okay, let us run and see. As you can see here, this is the break instruction. It is like this. For I in range 1 to 6. So it is supposed to count from 1 to 5, because here it has given us 6. And if we are given 6, we have said we stop before the number it has told us to stop at. So we stop at 5. And if I is equals to 3, break. So it has counted 1, and then it has counted 2, and then it has stopped the execution of the loop. It has braked. And then after breaking, it has started the execution of the statements after the loop, which is the continue instruction. Now, the continue instruction is supposed to count from 1 to, okay, it's supposed to continue the execution of a loop. So for I in range 1 to 6, like here, as you can see, it is for I in range 1 to 6. So it will count from 1 to 5. If I is equals to 3, continue. So this shows that when I will reach 3, it is supposed to continue the execution of the loop. So it will count 1 and 2. After counting 1 and 2, and then when it counts 3, it will come here and see after 3, we are supposed to continue with the loop. Now it will start printing inside the loop I. So as you can see here, it has printed 4 and 5. It has skipped the third one. Why? Because of this continue statement. This continue code has told it that when it is 3, it is not supposed to break the loop. You remember here, the first statement here, the first 4 loop, when it got to 3, it stopped its execution. It broke the loop. Now here, the loop is telling it that when it gets to 3, it continues the execution. That is why it has gone to inside the loop 1, 2, 4, 5, and then it has printed outside the loop. So that is the use of the break statement and the continue statement. We can try to copy this and see. Sorry. So here it is saying the largest number is -999, and then counter is 0. And then here we are told to enter a number. We are told to enter a number or type -1 to end the program. So if you want to end this program, you will type -1. If you don't want to end this program, you enter any other number apart from -1. And then as you can see, if number is equals to -1, it's supposed to break the loop. And then counter plus is equals to 1. So this is an example of the break statement. We can enter a number. Let me run it again. As you can see, it has broken the loop here. After I input -1, it has stopped the execution of the loop. So this is the work of the break statement. Now we can try and do continue statement and see. So here it is telling me to enter a number. I can type -1 to end the program. Let me try. It has told me I haven't entered any number. Okay, let me enter a number. Let me do 20, -1. So here, well, number is, okay, so here, this continue is supposed to continue with the loop. Like if number is equals to -1, it is supposed to continue with counter plus is equals to 1. We started by assigning counter 0. So if number, so here, when you enter -1, it will stop execution and continue with this now, with executing these ones. All these other ones here, these if loops here. So if number is greater than larger number is equals to number. So after it has stopped execution of this, it will come and execute this. If the number you have entered is greater than the largest number will be equal to number. And then it will tell you to enter a number or type -1 to end the program. It will repeat this if condition again. If counter, sorry, it will do this. If counter, print the largest number is, and then assign the largest number to that variable, largest number. It prints out now the largest number, or else it will print you haven't entered any number. Like you saw the first time, I didn't enter any number. I just wrote -1. So it came here to the bottom of this loop and printed that I haven't entered any number. Okay, so far, is there anyone with a question before we continue? Okay. This is a lab I want you to do. Please kindly do these labs. You know, I can do them for you, but I don't want to do them for you because I want you people to practice. You have to learn to practice. To learn Python, you need to practice. So today, I want us to stop there, and I want you people to go and practice these things. And I want you to send in what you have done, to send in the screenshots of your code running. I want you to send in the screenshots of these labs. All the labs for the loops that we have covered. So far, we have done for loops, we have done if, we have done while. So kindly, please do these labs. And also, I want you to do the tests, the module 2 test, because I don't want us to continue while you people are lagging behind. So today I have decided to take this time and give you people humble time to go and do that test. Do that test and send in your results. I need your results, kindly. Okay? So let me see first.
Okay.
Yes. Kindly do practice first and then send me your results so that I can see that we are moving in the right direction. I don't want us to move while I keep thinking that we are doing the right things and then maybe some people are not understanding. So please, when I am done here, okay, I am done. Let me stop sharing. Kindly, right now it's 4:49 p.m. By 5:30, at least send in your quiz results for module 2 so that I can see and I can gauge where we are before I continue with module 3, so that I can ensure and make sure that all of you have understood module 2. Okay? Okay.